So good on this champion.
He absolutely does not, reliving some of the big impactful moments from this fourth and final game of the series. We'll get to see a bit of that Belveth on display.
Yeah. Orin breaks on through that Talia wall, and Shogun just unable to be involved in this fight before it's over. So difficult to dive through Orin, Alistair, Vex. But really just back and forth kills the whole way.
I was actually surprised that Saigon Buffalo started to find kills coming into the mid game, because they're kind of mid-jungle in the bot side skirmishing kind of looked like, hey, we need to get ahead early and then just kind of steamroll you. And they were able to find, again, constantly find picks, especially sadly onto Unforgiven.
This sequence here, man, Bean J and Froggy. I mean, getting the snipe here, he's gonna ult back in onto the Ornn. I have to say, I was super impressed by Bean J and Froggy, particularly in this game. Bean J across a lot of the series.
I think especially coming from their MSI performances, where, again, at MSI for Saigon Buffalo was all about the bot lanes, where now we are kind of looking at the team holistically and being like, hey, you know, these are some interesting guys, youngest team at the event. Seeing them grow and seeing them in the future, definitely going to be exciting.
You're right, we've said that, but I forgot that 19 is the average age of this Saigon Buffalo's roster. So to step out onto an international stage and put up a performance like this, they should be proud. While I'm sure it will sting in the moment to have fallen in this best of five. You know, for the side of Mad, I'll bring back the fact that we actually saw that Gnar banned coming into this game. We didn't talk a ton about the draft, but actually,
you did a great
yeah, given all of the discussion for Armut's reliance, you know, quote unquote, on the Gnar, he's forced off of it, jumps to the Ornn. Ornn, a pick that actually hasn't seen that much priority or presence in this tournament, which, I don't know about you, Lear, goes against my expectation coming in, but that's you know, from a North American.
Exactly. That's what I'm kind of interested to hear your guys' take, because this is a champion we really don't see much in LPL. It is a lot of like fighters and bruisers and things like this. So when you guys expect a lot of Ornn, I was like, oh, this is what happens in other regions.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of time it becomes a big pick in play-in, and then towards the end of Worlds or even in NA, I see it come in more in playoffs, like when people are really trying to win and the games are going to be a little more cautious. But a lot of these games have been too fast. And
thanks to reliable Cisco network, he absolutely popped off in this early team fight skirmish in the bot lane, finding perfect opportunities to follow with the Belveth while multiple people attempt to make escapes, Lear.
Yeah, I even love how it started out, right? Dropping a wave in mid, pretty easy to land the first connection of the ulti because they are coming into the dive, but just how far he's able to take this play and the timing windows that he waits for to be able to follow through with the plays, right? Because Flash comes out, they go for the blast plant, instantly follows through to make sure he doesn't have to go through any shenanigans to be able to get through this distance, and then he just keeps on going,
doesn't
through the other
miss.
There he goes. Picks up one.
I think
now
Froggy
he'll find the other.
should have waited for the ult to wear off, but then like watch what he continues to do. He knows.
Is great.
So he's already preempted one blast cone, preempts the second blast cone, but then also fears him away from the turret with this
flash
flag.
and a knockback as well. Like actually pretty much perfectly mechanically played in the situation to pick up multiple kills. Again, I think it was 3 across that early skirmish. Here's what his stats looked like across all 3 games. And for me, the reason why I wanted to highlight this player and in this series is because he's the person we pointed to before a single game was played here at Worlds, saying that Niski is so often the catalyst for success for this team, but it's about the way that he gets to those side lanes,